Okay then, so I'm at the part where I need to kill the 4 monsters on the Witch's House quest, and I'm actually struggling to do it. So what I've actually thought of doing is actually doing the Waterfall quest first, so I actually got some good stats, so that I can actually finish off these monsters, because right now, at level 5 attack and strength and 5 defense, using an iron dagger and a wooden shield isn't too great, and this can't really seem to do much damage, and this is actually the weakest form. And I'm actually already struggling, so I'll probably have to do Waterfall quest first, and then I'll come back here and finish these off smoothly, because right now it's not actually working out. So yeah, I'll probably go do the Waterfall quest now and gain them levels. Alright then guys, so here we go for the end of the Waterfall quest. Didn't take too long, didn't really struggle at all or anything like that, didn't die. It's quite easy actually, and yes, let's use the urn on the chalice. And boom, there we go, 27.5k total XP from this. 2 diamonds, 2 gold bars, 40 mithril seeds, and a quest point. And if I now look at my stats, I'm now 30 strength and also 30 attack. That is pretty awesome. Nice little boost there. I can now use adamant, which is very nice. I've got to look at the prices of adamant simmies and, you know, see if they're good or not. And hopefully now I'll try and complete Witch's House. So yeah, and that will give me some nice HP XP to raise that up a little bit. Alright guys, so here I am at the bank, and what I've decided to do is go ahead and do the murder mystery quest, because from this quest I get some crafting XP, which will be enough to actually get me to, I believe, level 11 crafting, which means I can then actually pick flax and then put it into bowstrings, which I can actually sell for cash, because what I want to do with that cash is buy an adamant scimitar, which I thought would be quite helpful, seeing as I now have 30 attack and 30 strength, and it will just help with finishing off the Witch's House quest, because I don't really want to do it with an iron dagger, even though I could possibly do it. I'm not too sure. I'd rather at least have an adamant scimitar anyway, so that I can actually just sort of have it as my main item and use it for when I need to use, you know, for when I need to go into combat. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go and do now. It shouldn't take too long. I think the quest takes about 10 minutes or so, so it's a really easy one. And you know, I'll show you the quest bit at the end once I'm done. Alright then guys, so here we go for murder mystery. It actually did take me a long time, this one. I was messing about, and there's loads of little steps. Even though it was meant to only take about 15 minutes, it took me about 25 minutes, because there's loads of little steps which I think I missed out on one, and it caused me to really sort of slow down. But if we go through the dialogue here, I should complete the quest and get all of the XP for crafting, which is awesome. Just spam through this. Yes, there we go. So 3 quest points, 2,000 coins, which is actually quite nice for me, and also 1.4k crafting XP, which is what we were after. And booyah! Look at that. Your crafting level is now 11. You can now craft leather van braces. Sweet. And I can now start making the gains with the flax. Alright, so if I go to spinning, there we go. Flax into bowstrings. I'm going to be doing this for a little while just to get some money for the adamant scimitar. And yeah, I don't know how much I need to get, but I'm going to collect it, and I'm going to show you all the flax once I have enough. Alright then, so it turns out I only need to do like 3 invents of flax, and I can buy the adamant scimitar, because every invent is like worth 4k GP, and the adamant scimitar is around 10k, so I'm just going to say about 12k for an invent, 12k for the 3 invents, which is pretty decent, you know, that's really quite quick. I'm probably going to stay here for a little longer, just because it is actually fairly decent money, I suppose, at my level. I might even try and go for maybe like level 30 just to get level 30. I've got loads of level 30s. I've got like attack and strength of 32. I just think I'll maybe getting 30 in crafting as well, because I know the XP is only 15, but I only need to get like 14k XP, and it shouldn't take too long. I mean, I'm going to make a lot of money if I do this, I suppose, at my level. So I probably will just continue actually picking the flax, making it into bowstring, and then at least then I'm not only going to have an adamant scimitar, but I could actually buy some other, you know, weapons as well, and you know, it'd be all good. I at least have some money in the bank if I need to actually buy it on supplies for a quest or anything like that. So yeah, I'm probably going to stay here till level 30 crafting. Don't know how much bowstring I'm going to have, but it's going to be a nice amount of money. Alright then guys, so here we go for the 30 crafting. Just doing my flax into bowstring. There we go. Your crafting level is now 30. I can now craft emerald bracelets. Good stuff. Right, I'm going to run to the bank and show you. Actually, I'm going to finish this invent first. I'm going to show you actually how much bowstring I made. It should be around 800, which I've actually checked the price, and it should be around over 100k. So that's going to be pretty awesome. That's a lot of money for me, which I can spend on, you know, getting that adamant scimitar, and also maybe getting some armor as well. But I do need to get my defense up. It's only level 5, so I'll probably look into doing some quests for that. But for the time being, mainly just getting the adamant scimitar, maybe just a shield as well. Actually, I can't get a shield. Can I? What am I on about getting a shield? I can't get. Yeah, right. Let's just stick with the adamant scimitar, and you know, I'll try and get my defense up. But of course, I do need to do Witch's House, which will be what I'm going to do afterwards, after buying the Addy Sim. That guy's diseased, good fight. Right, so there we go, 806 bowstring, that's about 100k. So that's awesome, that will buy me the Addy Sim, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the Witch's House, get that done, get a bit of HP XP, and that should be up to whatever it gets to. I don't know what it's going to get to actually, but there's actually a new poll going on right now, but I can't actually vote on it because you need 280 total level. I am on 242, but that really shouldn't take too long. I am actually considering doing a bit of fletching, just because, I don't know, fletching's a really easy skill. I did bank some logs, I think. Yeah, I did. I got 136 oak logs. I will need to actually chop some regular logs or just actually buy them. But I want to get that up to 30 as well, so I might actually do that after Witch's House just to get that up. And I could even get 30 thieving just for the lols, just to get it nice and 30-ish. I don't know why I'm going for 30. It's just a nice level, I suppose, to get to. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell the bowstring. I will actually record it because I think it could be quite nice to see actually how much money I can get from this. And I will then buy the adamant scimitar from someone. So yeah, let's do this. Alright then guys, so here we go for the bowstring, just selling 806 sorry, for 112k. Boom, there we go. That is nice. 112k. I'll say thanks to this guy, thank you. Nice one, that is awesome. I've got a nice bit of money now. Look at that, went from 3.1k to 115k. Looking epic. Right, now I'm actually going to go ahead and buy an adamant scimitar. I'm going to try and find someone to buy one off. So I might check the Zybez or just look on the OS Buddy client and see how much people are selling them for. Looks like they're selling them around 8 to 10k, so they're not too much money, but it's going to be pretty awesome to have a good weapon. So yeah, let's go ahead and try and find a seller for the adamant scimitar. Alright then guys, so here we go for the adamant scimitar, thanks to Frozy or Frozzy. 10k, adamant scimitar, get in there, thanks man. There we go, say the thanks. Awesome stuff, so that is much better now than Iron Dagger. Oh dear, yeah, much better. Slash on that is 29. I think the Iron Dagger was like 4 or something, so awesome stuff. Right, I'm actually going to go ahead and complete Witch's House now, which I've actually nearly done. I've just got to kill the last few monsters, and well, hopefully I can do it really. Let's go. Alright guys, so I managed to kill all of the monsters in there. It was actually really kind of close. I had 4 trout remaining, but I managed to do it. The adamant scimitar was definitely good. I think the highest hit I got was a 6, which is pretty nice, so let's give the ball back to the boy and let's complete the quest and let's get them HP gains. Booyah. Oh wow, 25. That's actually a lot more than I thought. I thought I was going to hit like 20 HP or something, but 4 quest points and 6.3k HP XP. Awesome stuff. There we go. Nice. And I'm also now 27 combat. Good fight. Awesome. Right then, I'm going to go and do some fletching now. I might have to chop my own logs. I might try and buy some. You'll just have to wait and see. Alright guys, I'm actually going to buy an adamant axe finally. I'm actually still 30 woodcutting, so I can't actually use it yet, but I just need to get 1 level and I can, so it's going to be much better than the bronze axe. So let's go ahead and buy it. It's actually from my friend here. The price of it anyway is about 10k, so I'm going to buy it for 10k, so similar to the adamant scimitar, but there we go for the GP. Thank you, Slave for Fame. Good friend of mine, helping me out there with the adamant axe. Awesome stuff, here we go. There we go, adamant axe, sweet. I can actually wield it, but I can't actually use it on the trees, so yeah, GG. I can drop the bronze axe, goodbye. See ya, bronze axe. Alright, I'm going to put that back in the bank. What I've actually decided to do is buy some of the logs for now, because I actually thought for every log, you'd make 5 arrow shafts, but you actually make 15 arrow shafts, so it's actually a lot cheaper than I thought, because I did calculate it. So I'm actually going to probably buy some logs. I did actually just chop some then, but yeah, I'm going to buy some probably. And if it gets to the point where it is quite expensive, I probably will just well, I could either still buy it and go back to the flax and make it into bowstrings, or I could just chop it myself, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. Alright then, so I just fletched a whole load of arrow shafts, and the good thing about this is that I'm actually making profit from it. I make about 40 GP profit per log, which is pretty decent, so I'm going to trade them to this guy and get the GP. So yeah, I can actually buy some more logs with this. I'm currently level 11. All going well so far. Still need to get a whole load of logs. When I get to 20 though is when I'll probably stop. Stop with the arrow shafts and probably just go with the logs, because the oak logs, because it's probably going to be a lot quicker XP. And 20 to vote, it might take a while if I am doing arrow shafts, because I'm like pretty slow. But for now, with these early levels, I'm gaining levels quite quickly, so it's not too bad. Alright guys, so I got quite a nice level to get now. It is 25 fletching, so you're probably wondering why is that a good level. But it means I'll have a total level of 280, so there we go. And that means I can actually vote on the polls, which is quite nice. And I can make oak longbows, of course, so there we go. And there's a requirement for the quest there. But yes, I can now actually vote on the polls. You have not yet voted on this poll? There we go, sweet. So I did actually require to have 280 total level. I couldn't actually vote on anything, so now I can. If I click vote here, I can choose whatever I want. I need to actually make sure there's nothing behind the screen. There we go. So I can actually read them now and vote on them and everything like that. I'm not going to do it now because there's a lot of questions, but I will do it at some point. And this one is actually meant to be quite a good poll, or a good set of questions for the poll. So yeah, pretty awesome. There we go. Okay then, so here we go for the 30 fletching. Finally got it. Had to buy a load of logs, had to do loads of trading, but here we go. 30 fletching, awesome stuff, nice one. I can now make steel arrows and composite ogre bows. Yay! Right, there we go, finally done the fletching. I can sell this to the general store, make a bit of GP. Right then, so what I'm going to do now is a bit of thieving actually. I think that's going to be cool to get 30 thieving. That shouldn't take too long. Thieving is a quick skill, so I'll get 30 in that, and then I'll most likely move on to getting 30 agility, which will take a while. But, you know, it'd be nice to get a high agility level so my energy doesn't go down as fast. That'd be really, really nice. Whilst I don't have a high mage level, I'm running around a lot, so that's going to help big time. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the 30 thieving, and I should make a little bit of money from pickpocketing, so yeah, let's get on with it.